Hello gargoyles and gremlins, my name is STABBY and welcome back to the boss designs of Dark Souls. Now, if you remember in the last two videos, we journeyed through the Undead Parish, and we got to the bell tower, killed the bell gargoyles and rang the bell. And now we are on the quest to find the other bell, which, according to this snide asshole at Firelink Shrine, is supposed to be further down below. Now you may be wondering, Skyen, why are you suddenly standing in a mossy cave? Well, funny story about that. I sat down to record some footage for these videos, and I started playing, and I've been commentating on the videos for like the last 45 minutes or so, and then I look over at my recording software, and what should I see? Oh my, oh me, oh my, but that my recording software was not actually recording. So in order to get down here, this is the Darkroot Basin, is what it's called. It's connected to the Darkroot Forest, I think. Which I managed to get through after finding a couple of blacksmiths, actually. But I found a blacksmith who upgraded my weapons, and I ran past a blacksmith, and I ran past a weird creature that shot lightning at me, and I just kind of dodged around it and ran into the Darkroot area, and got down here, and then I killed a Black Knight, and then I went further down, and then I found a bonfire, and now the Black Knight is back, and I'm going to have to deal with him again, which is surely not going to be fun. I'm reasonably sure there used to be a Black Knight around here. I mean, I killed him, but... Anyway, yeah, this is where I was, in the Undead Parish, where I found a blacksmith who upgraded my weapons, and that was very nice of him. We have to get past this guy again. Now, I've already seen him before, and I'm kind of annoyed that he isn't a boss, because that would have been nice and convenient, but... Like, after I sort of tried to take him on, but up close, he's got these super annoying sweep attacks that I just did not want to deal with. So I just kind of decided that he probably couldn't follow me out the door. And I just ran out the door. Well, that doesn't look like something I can get through. Locked by some contraption. Oh, dearie me. Well, at least there's a path forward. Ah, well. Okay, so I wanted to get to the next boss fight quickly. And so it seems I have gotten my wish. I want to go back and I want to buy some Titanite shards. And I want to upgrade my weapons. And I just really fucking don't want to fight a bunch of trees. Okay, so that guy is presumably going to see me the moment I step through the door. Yeah, there we go. How the hell are you neighbors with that thing? Okay, so... I don't want to deal with those trees. So I'm just going to go test myself out a little bit in the Undead Parish itself. That is quite satisfying. I have to be honest, that is quite satisfying. To be able to take them down that easily. And again, apparently I was able to go to the blacksmith even before dealing with the assholes here in the cathedral. God, that would have been nice to know. But okay, yeah, I can set up a pretty easy grinding loop here. Just taking out the enemies in the immediate area of the cathedral. And then looping back to the blacksmith to upgrade my shit. Anyway, grinding is not the most exciting thing in the universe to watch. So probably that's all gonna get cut out of the video. Motherfucking tree dudes. Who I hate. So I found a fog door down here. Which presumably means it's a boss there somewhere in the general vicinity of fog doors. Generally tends to be the case. There we go. Fog door. Fog door! Oh, oh, God! No! Ah! Stop that! Die, 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 die. Good Lord. I need weed killer to deal with all this illegal weed. Oh, please let there not be something big and horrible in here. That looks like a big guy there. Lying there. He's not lying down anymore. Okay. Hello, hi. I'd like to target you. What the hell? He's like a really big me. But he's not a boss, clearly. Ow. And he's really slow, but he doesn't take any goddamn damage. Whoop. Okay, he's a 2-hit combo. Oh, he's got a 3-hit combo. Okay, 4-hit combo. Hooray! And don't know what that is, but I don't like it. The hell was that? What? Okay. Jeez, that's great. That's fucking fantastic. That's what that is. Okay, he can slow me, apparently. There we go. Okay. Okay. Alright, cool. Fine. Fair enough. Good. Oh, I see you. I see you. You're right there. Oh my god, there's a big there's 2 big motherfuckers. Nope. No, 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 no. 2 big motherfuckers is 1 more big motherfucker than we're gonna motherfuck right now. Why are there so many big motherfuckers? What the hell? Excuse me, pardon me, would you mind terribly coming down to my level so I can backstab you? I can't backstab you. Okay, fine. Fortunately, they're not really as much of a problem, even with the slow curse thing, as you might think. How many souls do I get for those? 600? Okay, maybe I will motherfuck with a couple of motherfuckers. Oh, look, another one. Okay. Shit, fuck. Ow. I knew I did the wrong move the moment I hit the button. Whoa, hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Calm down there, buddy. Just chill. Just have a banana. While I sort of very slowly poke you to death. It's funny how once he's dead, I can do this to him. La 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 la. Everybody in Dark Souls is secretly made of helium. Or maybe this... Oh, boy. Wait. What? There's a fog door over there. And there's a fog door up there. Fog door! Which... Is the bridge the boss area? Do I have my bow? Okay. Because... Is this gonna be like the Taurus demon where... Oh. 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 Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Can I shoot you from here and just never have to do the boss fight? That would be cool. Not so much. Okay, so we're fighting a butterfly, I guess. Oh, that's some lovely music you've got there, you giant horrifying monster. How the... What? Hey, does it land? I've got to say it's gorgeous. Okay, okay, whoa, okay. Hello, that did damage to me through my shield. Hello, could you get like... Could you come within stabbing range? Some point, and preferably not do too much of that. Whoa! No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, so I can't have my shield while also... So that needs to be dodge rolls. I don't have that many arrows. I genuinely don't think I have enough arrows to actually kill this thing. Oh, come on! Yeah, I definitely... Okay. Oh. Come here. Come here. Come here. You come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Die. Die. Please. Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't know what that is, but I don't want it. Okay. Okay. So it does come closer. Ow. All right, okay, so let's have a look at the character design of this thing. So Moonlight Butterfly, that's a fairly apt name. Okay, blocking is not enough. I have to dodge roll. Ow. Okay, so I can dodge roll to avoid most of that. Ow, or maybe I can't. I'm out of healing. Please get into the range of the stabs. Now, okay, so the character design of the thing, there's a couple of interesting things going on with it. First of all, very large big wings. Just really mother-hecking big wings, which makes it oddly intimidating, even though everything about it otherwise is very calm, very peaceful. It's not a boss fight that really induces a lot of stress, although I got stressed just from, you know, the sheer effect of the thing being out of range all the time and shooting me in the face. I should really kindle that flame, shouldn't I? But if I kindle the flame, I have to be human to do that, don't I? But if I kindle and become human, and then I'm heading towards the butterfly, and then all of a sudden, some asshole with a great sword just gonna be there, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna really suck. It really sucked last time. Okay, so thinking back on the butterfly, there's a couple of things going on there. Like I said, it's not like the asylum demon. It's not this big, monstrous, huge, imposing thing, you know, raging with bloodlust and trying to kill you. It's nothing so vulgar as that. It's much more of a, it feels a lot more like this is a creature that just kind of happens to live there, and you have intruded on its territory, and so it's gonna start shooting its whatever the hell those things were at you and make your life miserable. But it's not really a thing of loud, explicit malice. It's not really violent as such. It just kind of hangs around and shoots laser beams. Which, you know, if all of us could just hang around and shoot laser beams at things, would we not do so? Would we not take that as our God-given right here on Earth, to hang around and shoot laser beams at? Hello, my lightning friend, who is really bad at aiming. Like, seriously, it really shouldn't be that difficult to hit me here. That door right there. I feel like that's probably something I should remember for later, that it's here. Although I have no earthly idea what it's guarding. So, big motherfucker up there, not gonna motherfuck with him. Big motherfucker down here, not gonna motherfuck with him. So that curse feels really intimidating when first you realize that you're moving really slow, but in actuality, it's really not a big deal. Because he's even slower than you are, no matter what. No, the real problem is sitting right up there. Hello, my treacherous friend. Well, he's giving me some peace and quiet. First, ah, fucking hell. Okay. No! God damn it! Ugh. I need to reclaim. I got my souls back! Yay! That went suboptimally, I'm gonna say. We here at TB Skyne Industries realize that our product is coming equipped with a few flaws, and we're ready to hotfix this in a patch that'll be rolling out shortly. I'm calling that patch... Just kill it. God damn it, just kill it. There has to be some kind of tell for when he's doing the fast little laser stabby sword beam things, and when he's doing, you know, not that. I just really like the range. Oh no, it's way worse. What? What? But... What? 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 That... What? But there was a floor there! There was a floor! I fell through a floor. That feels unfair. That's not so much a get good moment as just kind of a get owned moment. Okay. Alright. Okay. Right. Okay. Alright, okay. 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 I wonder what the blacksmith thinks of me. Like, just like, I come running past and is like, oh, don't get yourself killed. And then I come running past again, like, don't get yourself killed. Is he just kind of quietly judging me? Like, counting up how many times I must have died? Or does he think I have, like, a really cool shortcut that I'm just using to go around him in a circle? Oh, yes, no, I didn't die. I'm training for the Dark Souls marathon. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going around you, you see. It's a secret route. Like, I broke down an invisible wall in the ground, and then I fell into the sky in a T-pose, and I clipped through, and now I'm here because speedrun strats. Okay, tree motherfuckers. Oh, fucking hell! I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it. Bad touch, stranger danger. Ew. But I do have to deal with her. What's interesting is you see the tail on the thing is kind of, it's almost like it's made of grass or leaves kind of falling around behind it. And that sort of reinforces this connection to the environment, that it has this, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It has this natural feeling to it. Like, it's almost like it's a butterfly made of leaves and grass itself, which makes it feel very much a part of this area. And the circle that's going on behind it, I wonder if that's kind of some sort of a halo. Yeah, because, I mean, the whole thing is, the whole butterfly thing with the wings, especially with the 4 wings that it's got going on, reminds me of the imagery of a seraph. You know, the multi-winged angels that were set to, you know, something, something, do God's will, or whatever the case may be. That was... I mean, I respect that you're setting boundaries, but I feel like we could use a lot more intimacy, you and I. We should spend some more time together, be close for a little while longer. Just, you know, get to know each other. On a personal level. Personal level whereby I get to know the taste of your blood. Oh boy, ow. Good lord, that goes straight through my shield. Holy shit. Okay, so when you shoot at it, you have to be real fucking careful about the timing, because if you do it wrong, you basically give it a free hit. It's ow, 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 like that. The music is haunting, I have to say. Ow! I dodged that! Come on! Stop it! So it comes in to drink nectar, essentially. So what we have here is a butterfly that's essentially defending its territory? Like, it's defending a food source, I think? That's what it feels like, anyway. So, much like the Taurus demon was kind of calculated to appear animal, to behave almost like you had intruded on an animal's territory, it's very much the same thing going on here. Because, again, between the music that is just practically peaceful and more kind of melancholic than aggressive or angry, there really isn't. There's more sadness. It's almost like the butterfly's song. What you're hearing is its singing. And it's got that long horn up top. Because the horn up there seems so crafted. That seems so much like something a person would make. You are spectacularly inconveniencing. It's aggression or nothing. And nothing it is. This is not at all like fighting the gargoyles, I have to say. There's really none of that sense to it. That sense of sort of paranoia, and it's more like a dance. It's more like a gentle duet. Albeit, you know, it ends with someone dying. Which most of my duets don't, I have to say. Like, I've got a pretty good survival rate on duets with people. It really is. It really is special. Like, it's between the animation, which is so soft and gentle and kind of floaty and light. Like, the butterfly doesn't even look heavy, even though it's so big. It looks like if it landed on your arm, you could probably hold it aloft. And with that, all that softness and all that gentleness going around in it, it's really not an aggressive fight. Like, it's not a fight that you want, and it doesn't really feel like a fight that the butterfly wants either. Again, but with its numerous digressions down to just kind of sip on some nectar, it feels a lot like what's happening here is that you're intruding on the butterfly's feeding time. And if you would just go away, the butterfly would stop bothering with you, but, you know, fog door, and there's no option to go away. And that lends the whole thing kind of a sense of tragic inevitability, in the sense that someone's gonna have to kill someone, and once you kill the butterfly, you're gonna have destroyed something beautiful for no other reason except that you had to pass through its territory. You had to insert yourself into the situation, and so the butterfly has to go. But it feels like it always does when you kill a butterfly, which is like one of nature's generally gentlest and least threatening creatures. I kind of feel like a bit of a dick, generally, just fighting the butterfly. I really don't feel like the good guy, and I really don't feel like I'm the one being aggressed upon. Oh, Jesus. I feel like I'm the one who's aggressing on the butterfly, really. And that's weird, like, to feel bad for a boss that's killing you multiple times. That's kind of a difficult thing to pull off, and I think the music really has a lot to do with it. I think it's really that mournful, like that, which almost sounds like a lament of some kind, like a church lament at a funeral or something. It sounds funereal. It sounds sad. Like, it sounds like it's mourning what's going on right in front of you. And that sensation is... I gotta say, I haven't felt that with a lot of other bosses in video games, because they usually want to feel powerful and tense and epic and triumphant, and there really is no tension in the butterfly fight except what you bring with you. Fuck, I activated him. The only tension you bring with you is the tension of, God damn it, I don't want to die again. And because this is Dark Souls, the tension of death isn't really that high, because you always come back, and you can always gain back what was lost, like whether by grind or by getting back to your corpse. So it's a strange feeling, because like even after the butterfly kills me multiple times, and it feels like those deaths should be really frustrating, the gentility of the whole event, it doesn't really feel like a boss fight. Like, I felt more like I was having a boss fight when the first one of the big guys woke up. I was like, holy shit, is this a boss room after all? Is the big guy gonna be a boss I have to fight? And it turns out no, but, you know, in the moment of dealing with him, I felt substantially more tension than I've done so far with the butterfly. Okay. It really is a beautiful piece of music that's going on here. Like, it's not fun. I swear to God, it's like the moment I have to shoot the bow, I forget what all of the button inputs do. Could I bother you to just once not use the goddamn lightning spear thing? Okay, so dodge, one shot. Dodge, one shot. And then once it comes in to feed... Ah! Heal, 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 heal! We go and stab you in the face. Okay, I think I might be able to kill it this time around. Whoa, okay, whoa. The shit was that? Oh, now we're just heading to Stabbyville. Population U. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, not so difficult now, because... see? And dead. There we go. That was the Moonlight Butterfly. I really... Ooh, nice soul. I really look forward to going back and having a proper look at that butterfly and looking at his character design and looking at some official art. Okay, let's have a look at the soul itself. Soul of the mystical Moonlight Butterfly, which flitters in the Darkroot Garden. Special beings have special souls. The butterfly's soul is a creation of Seath the Scaleless. Used to acquire a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. Okay. Well, that was the butterfly. Is there a bonfire around here somewhere? Sorrow ahead. Yeah. Is he gonna come alive and... No? Is that... But... Okay, so this is clearly a blacksmith. Much like the guy back in the basement. The basement of the watchtower forms a stone cell. There are rumors of a hero turned hollow who was locked away by a dear friend. For his own good, of course. Oh, opens the narrow passage leading below at the far face of the Great Bridge in the Undead Burg. The lower Undead Burg is a treacherous place. Do not turn your back on the wily Okay, so that's where the Capra Demon is. Oh, that's where the Capra Demon is. At the Great Bridge in the Undead Burg. Fine, okay. Right. So that petrified dude up there, who was presumably petrified by the butterfly, I imagine, locked a dude in the basement of the tower, as it were for his own good, of course. A basement which I can't access from here. Hello, hi, you remember me. Ow, I remember you. Bye-bye. Alright, so the Capra Demon is in the bottom area of the Undead Burg, so I imagine that's where we're going to be going next. And that's going to be for the next episode of this series, then. One of the big problems I've had trying to record this series is Dark Souls is kind of a difficult... I have anxiety, basically, is the problem. I have anxiety, and that anxiety can manifest itself in many ways. But one of the ways it manifests itself in is I tend to avoid stressful things. No matter how slight the stress is, my instinct will be, oh, we can do that later after we finish doing all these non-stressful things that we have to do. And then I end up doing a bunch of things that aren't stressful, and which are useful nonetheless, but which aren't stressful. And then I never get around to doing the thing that is not even very stressful. Like, it's not like I'm freaking out playing the game. It's just that it demands some focus, it demands my attention, and there's like the risk of dying and losing progress and stuff, and that... Because anxiety is a piece of garbage that lives in your brain and fucks with your head and your time perception and your perception of yourself, like, even small things can become really difficult to do. So having an audience here kind of helps with that, I think, because now it's not just, I'm not just playing for myself, I'm kind of performing to you guys, which is nice. Hello, blacksmith. Hello, blacksmith. I am going into battle. I require your strongest blacksmithing. You cannot handle my blacksmithing. Hello, this is Skyen from the future, and let's have a slightly closer look at the Moonlight Butterfly, because there's a couple of interesting things going on. Now, as I say many times in the video, the sensation that you get when you approach the Moonlight Butterfly for the first time is that it's just a big-ass butterfly. Like, it's just a big-ass butterfly that happens to be deadly and full of magic, because that's just kind of what Lord Ran is like. Like, everything wants you dead, even the butterflies, but it's not... Unlike the Taurus Demon and the Asylum Demon and indeed the Bell Tower Gargoyles, it's not really an aggressive creature, in the sense that, like, even when it approaches you to start the boss fight, all it really does is just kind of fly around. It hovers out of range on the bridge, and it never actually approaches you, ever. The only times it approaches you is in order to fly down and sip nectar from flowers, which is a thoroughly unaggressive action. So there's really nothing in the butterfly's behavior, in the way that it's programmed and animated, that suggests any kind of malice or aggression. It doesn't particularly... Its mission in life isn't to kill you. What it seems to want most of all is just to sip nectar in peace. And that's what I say in the video, is you get this sense of kind of tragic inevitability, that you have to destroy this thing, which is beautiful. Like, unlike all the other creatures in Lordran so far, the Moonlight Butterfly is not really monstrous. Like, it's It's clearly not entirely natural, but it doesn't look awful or terrible or like something that is profoundly dangerous or which should be destroyed for the safety of everyone. It just looks like a really big-ass motherfucking butterfly. And there's a couple interesting things going on there thematically, because in Dark Souls so far, the environments we've been inhabiting have been strictly human environments. That is to say, we've been walking through ruins, castles, battlements, all kinds of like old dungeons and all that stuff, like all of it man-made things full of man-made monsters. That is like the zombies and the hollowed out and that giant boar in the armor and some gargoyles and then that random minotaur Taurus demon that kind of showed up. But like all of it has kind of been man-made or man-like creatures using man-made weapons, or, you know, again, human-like weapons. That's certainly what the Taurus demon uses. And so we get to the Moonlight Butterfly, which not only is the first boss we fought so far that doesn't have a weapon, like it doesn't have a weapon, it never attempts to physically harm you, it just casts magic all over the place. It's also the first one that's not like in any way human. Like there's really nothing human about it at all. Oh, well, there is a little bit, but we're going to talk about that later. But on first inspection, there's very little human about it at all. Like the metal ring that it's got going on behind its head and the giant horn, those seem to be somewhat artificial features, but that's really about it as far as you know, non-natural things go. And that kind of ties back to the area that we've been exploring, because much like the Moonlight Butterfly is the first completely not man-made boss that you fight, Darkroot Garden is the first completely not man-made environment that you explore. Now, Darkroot Garden is full of ruins. Like, there's lots of ruins, there's towers, we fight the butterfly atop an overgrown watchtower. There's lots of man-made stuff in there, but the majority of Darkroot Garden is nature. It's just overgrown nature and cliff sides and, you know, living bushes that come to life and try to kill you, the bastards. And I also ran into, that's not in the video, but I ran into like a two-headed tree basilisk snake thing that tried to poison me. That was fun. And it's the first time that you've really kind of gotten in touch with the nature, the environment, the world of Lordran. And the Moonlight Butterfly seems to reflect that tension between the man-made world that's breaking down and the natural world that's taking over, because again, here too we have a character design that's largely dominated by nature imagery, with a few hints of something man-made being thrown in there, specifically the horn and the ring. And that tension is kind of interesting because it kind of speaks to, at least on the face of it, it kind of speaks to the kind of environment that Lordran is, and to the sort of inevitability that nature will take over when the kingdoms of man have finally faded and fallen away. And like thematically, that's interesting. I'm wondering if that's going to be something that's explored any further later on in the game, like this tension that we're kind of returning to a state of nature after civilization has kind of had its shot at the world, and now we're going to be returning to just like the world takes what belongs to it and restores a kind of natural order to things. Of course, there's a little wrinkle in that the Moonlight Butterfly is not a natural creature. It's not a part of the natural fauna of Lordran. It's a created creature. It's a constructed creature. As we learn when we examine the soul that it drops, we learn that the Moonlight Butterfly was created by Seath the Scaleless, who, if I remember my intro cinematic correctly, is a dragon who betrayed the other dragons and something, and he has no scales and he's kind of gross. So we have a creature which foreshadows another boss later on down the line. But if I remember correctly, like the whole thing about the dragons is that they were sort of the air quotes natural rulers of Lordran. Like they were the dudes who were like the big people in charge until the Age of Fire. Like until someone grabbed some of the fire from underground, and then there was a king and he threw some lightning spears at them and the dragons all died. And Seath kind of betrayed them, but the dragons nonetheless seemed to represent kind of more of a state of nature for Lordran, like a natural place to which humanity and civilization arrives as invaders, as violent invaders, actually. Like they literally kill the dragons so that they can take over and construct their own civilization. And Seath the Scaleless is an accomplice to that, but nonetheless he still seems to, like, he would still as a dragon be a link back to that state of nature idea that Lordran was something before, you know, all the kings and queens and the castles and the armor and all the stuff, that it was something before that. and that Seath might represent something of a return to that, in the sense that at least the creatures he creates, or the one that we know about, is a creature of nature, very much so. Like, the butterfly itself looks mostly like it's made of leaves. It's got this long skirt, like this long tail, that looks like grass fibers just kind of dangling beneath it, and the long wings it's got look like nothing so much as giant leaves, you know, basking in the wind, as well as, of course, looking like a butterfly. And that works pretty well with a butterfly, because they all tend to masquerade themselves in nature as leaves and, you know, as natural parts of the environment. Some of them do. Some of them are very flashy and bright, and, you know, a whole different conversation anyway. I'm not a biologist. And that was quite interesting to me, to have a boss that so fundamentally broke the pattern of everything else I had come across, but which also seemed to have a very strong connection to the environment in which you find it. Like, even more so, like the bell gargoyles were literally gargoyles on the tower, right? And the asylum demon was the king of the asylum, as we pointed out. Like, it has the crown, it's a kind of lord of the area, and you kind of have to kill that in order to get out. So all the Dark Souls bosses have had some kind of connection with the environment in which you find them, but none more so than the Moonlight Butterfly, who's the first one to actually have a connection with the environment, not just the constructions in the environment, but the environment itself, to a much greater degree. And that was quite curious, I think. Insofar as the character design itself, there's really not a whole lot to say. I think the horn that it's got on its head is kind of interesting. It kind of evokes a unicorn horn of a sort, or the horn of a, what are they called, beluga whales? I can't remember. The narwhals, of course, the narwhals. And that is sort of... it's clearly made of metal or something much like it, so it is constructed. It's not quite real. It's fake. Like, in nature, not many things evolve a spiral structure like that. That's kind of where there aren't supporting struts in between, or where it isn't connected. But on the other hand, it also evokes this idea of the unicorn horn, of the narwhal horn. So there's, again, this mix and match of natural and man-made imagery. And then we have the big metal ring on the back, because that is the most obviously man-made thing about the butterfly. Of all the things that the butterfly has, that is the one that is most obviously, okay, that didn't grow in like a cocoon from a moonlight caterpillar. That thing was put there, and after it had been made in a forge. And that is a halo. Like, it's literally a halo. It's literally the kind of thing that if you look at old, especially Catholic art, and you look at pictures of the saints, then you will see rings like that hovering behind their heads, symbolizing the light of holiness, the light of God, the light of heaven that surrounds them, as they are, you know, indeed the anointed saints of Jesus Christ and of our Lord the Father himself. And so we get this picture of spirituality, which has already been present in Dark Souls. Like, we've been walking through an old church in order to get to the bell tower. Like, there's lots of old sort of Christian, Protestant, Catholic imagery going on in what Dark Souls is, but this is the first time we have had something that directly represents imagery of the divine. Because the butterfly is angelic. It looks, like I mentioned in the video, it looks a lot like something that might be an angel in another game. Like, that might be an artist's interpretation of what an angel looks like, especially the multi-winged angels. And I think seraphs, or some of them, like, the truth about angels is that most of them are absolutely horrifying, like wheels beset with eyes and, you know, flaming lion heads and shit like that. Angels are weird, but the popular imagery of angels are, you know, creatures with wings. And that's interesting, that in addition to being a representation of nature, being a representation of sort of the natural environment of Lordran, even though it's also kind of a fake representation of that environment, it's also invested with this sense of spirituality, this sense of divinity, which, again, maybe that reflects something on how Seath the Scaleless sees himself. Like, we haven't met him yet in the story, so I don't really know anything about him, but, like, maybe, like, does that reflect something on him, on how he sees himself as a god creating angels? That would be interesting to explore. I kind of hope something like that comes up, that we get a sense of what his personality is like. Like, what kind of person is he that he would create creatures specifically to look like angels, his angels, as though he is the god on high? That's very interesting. But, like I said, the Moonlight Butterfly, at first glance, seems to be entirely human, but on closer inspection it's not. I managed to find this high-resolution scan of some concept art of the Moonlight Butterfly from a Dark Souls art book, and taking a closer look at her, and she is indeed a her, we get a different image. All of a sudden, this is clearly a woman. This is a female shape. Like, do you have the hourglass shape with the hips going in and, you know, the head, the neck, the bosom, then the midriff, and then the hips, which kind of explode out into this long trailing skirt of those leaf, you know, grass fibers that trail after her, with a halo directly behind her head, specifically like the saints of old. Like I said, saints of old would have these halos behind their heads in order to signify their connection to, you know, the light of God, and indeed to the sun, but that's a whole other discussion. And then her arms are the lower wings, and from her head extends these great massive wings, like angel wings very specifically, so that she gets this image more of a hallowed saint come to earth, a priestess anointed by God, who has come to, you know, do whatever the heck it is anointed priestesses do. Absolve our sins, probably, but since this is Dark Souls, the world is nothing but sin. And that's kind of an interesting, like, I don't think it really comes across in her character design in the game. Like, you can't, she looks a lot more like, you know, just a butterfly in game. She doesn't really look super like, you know, a butterfly-shaped woman or something like that. There really isn't much of that anthropomorphism in there, but it gives us some clues as to what might have been the original design intent behind the Moonlight Butterfly, that she should be specifically a fusion of the divine, the human, and the natural. And that, too, is quite interesting. And I can't help but think that the butterfly, more than anything else, ultimately works as a comment on Seath the Scaleless. I mean, that seems to be, since they took the trouble of putting in the text description of the butterfly's soul that she was made by Seath the Scaleless, I kind of feel like, more than anything else, the butterfly is probably a reflection on him, somehow. Exactly how, well, that remains to be seen, but nonetheless, it's all very interesting. Anyway, I think that is about all I really have to say about the Moonlight Butterfly. So thank you very much for watching this episode. I know it took a hell of a long time to get this one out because of some things that happened, which you can, yeah, I've got another video on my channel that explains that. But fortunately, here it is, and I hope very much that you enjoyed it. If you did, there is a like button down below, which you can click, and I heartily encourage you that you should do so, because it's, you know, YouTube something, algorithm, I don't know how the algorithm works, but I am told that the like button is good because of some reasons. You can also comment on the video if you are so inclined. If you have any theories of your own about the Moonlight Butterfly, I'd be happy to hear them. Try not to spoil the game for me too much, but nonetheless, put them down there. Any suggestions for where I should go next, or anyone who wants to specifically tell me where the door is that I need to go through in order to get to the Capra Demon. Like, I know the key says that it's at the end of the bridge in the Undead Burg, but I'm bad at navigation, so like if someone wants to specifically tell me which door it is I'm supposed to be going through, I would actually be grateful for that. I do have a Patreon that if you want more videos like this to be produced, you can throw $1 there. If you have $1 to spare a month, then that's extremely helpful to me, and it helps me make these videos, as well as, you know, not freeze to death in the winter because I have clothes and stuff. But if you don't want to do that, or if you can't, that's completely okay. There's also a dislike button in case you found this video tedious, but I mean, if you found this video tedious, I don't know why you would be here. Because, like, it's like 45 minutes or something at this point in this video. Like, why are you here? Like, if you hate, why would you watch it through? Shit, seriously, take better care of yourself. I'm worried about you. You shouldn't watch these things if you don't like them. It's bad for you. It fills you up with bad thoughts. It's much better if you find something nice that you like. Go on Netflix. Find a nice comedy routine. Like, there's good people on there. I think like Aziz Ansari has a routine that's decent or something. Just go do something better. Take a walk. Be at one with nature. Get killed by a butterfly. Just don't watch my videos if you don't like them, Todd. Honestly. Your family's worried about you, Todd. Thank you very much for watching.